Lovelies, how is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing good. So we're just gonna get right into it. I know I look amazing with my towel turban, but I just got out of the shower and I'm going for a night out and gotta look amazing, right? So first I'm just gonna be doing a lip exfoliant. My lips were super dry. I don't know if it's the weather or what, and super just not fun. So I made this exfoliant just from coconut oil and sugar, and I just mixed it together and I just rub it back and forth on my lips, and it takes away all the dead skin and just makes your lips so luscious after, and it's so cheap, and you can do it with olive oil if you want. You can really do it with any kind of oil, but I like coconut oil because it tastes better, obviously, if it gets in your mouth. I've tried olive oil, doesn't taste too well, let me tell you. So I'm just going to wipe that off. Just wipe it off with water and your lips will feel so nice and fresh after. It's amazing. And then after, I'm just taking my Bliss Tex and I'm just hydrating my lips so they're not as chapped anymore. And it really did work. They were fine for the rest of the night. So yeah, and now I'm going to blow dry my hair. I'm not sure what the hair dryer is, but you can use any hair dryer, obviously. And I'm just going to speed this part up. And actually, I have really curly hair that I hate. Ugh, it's terrible. So I normally straighten it or I curl it with a straightener. So I'll show you guys how to do that after. And I just like taking breaks from drying my hair just so my hair gets a break from all the heat, because obviously it's very damaging. So now I'm just going to be moisturizing my face since I just got out of the shower, and I'm using Nivea Soft Cream Moisturizer for that, and it's literally just heaven on your face. I'm telling you, it's so thick, so it's perfect for like a nighttime moisturizer, and it just makes your skin feel so incredibly amazing. I highly recommend it. It is awesome. So I'm putting that into my neck as well to avoid a wrinkly neck when I'm older, I guess. And now I'm just going to start half of my makeup routine. So I'm going to be using my favorite foundation, which is Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation in the shade 125, which is nude beige. And this doesn't have a pump, which I really don't like. But, so this is what I have to do. So I just put 3 dots on my cheeks and 1 dot on my forehead. And I just take a damp beauty blender and just blend that all in. It works in the end, so it's all that matters. Then I'm taking CoverGirl's Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in the shade Fair, I believe. Yeah, Fair. And I'm just going to be priming my eyes. I have a lot of different discoloration on my eyelids, so this is necessary for the color to look just perfect on my eyelids. So I'm just going to be rubbing that all on, especially focusing on the outer corners because that's where it's the worst. And then I'm just going to be taking a damp beauty blender that's in the well, first I'm rubbing it with my finger, and then I'm going to be taking a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to be fixing it up a little bit and making sure it's all nice and blended. I know my eyes look really white and weird right now, but trust me, it looks good in the end. So afterwards, I'm taking NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette in the shade Medium, and I'm taking that pinky shade, and I'm just putting that underneath my eyes on my dark circles because I have gnarly ones, and also putting it on the outer eyes, just again for ultimate coverage, you know what I'm saying? And it really, this stuff is thebomb.com. Look, it covers it just perfectly. It is just the best. So then now we're just going to go in with more concealer for the under eyes, and for that I'm using Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the shade Light. And again, this stuff is amazing as well. I'm sure you guys all know there's so many beauty gurus who talk about this concealer, but it literally is the best. And then I'm just taking a foundation brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just going to be blending that all in. I don't like using a beauty blender for this concealer. I'm not sure why. I just don't think it has as much coverage or something weird. So I usually go for a brush, but for other concealers, I do use the beauty blender. So it's going to be blending that all in, just like that. I like to have super high coverage for my eyes just because I do have really dark circles. And then I'm just taking the excess foundation that's stuck on my beauty blender, and I'm just making sure that it's fully blended in and that there's no lines that separate the concealer and foundation. Now we're just going to do some contour. So for contour, I'm using yet another Maybelline product. I'm using Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer in the shade 30, which is Cafe. It is the perfect contour shade, let me tell you. So I'm just going to be putting that along my hairline and blending it in with a beauty blender. And then I'm going to be putting it down the sides of my cheeks and just stippling, doing like kind of a stippling, patting, tapping, whatever effect with a foundation brush from Kit Cosmetics, I believe. You don't need a lot because you don't want to bring it too far down to your lips. So you just need a little bit, and I know my brush is fraying, the worst. So just like I'm doing, just a little stippling, and I'm trying to keep it closer to my ear versus my mouth. And I try to make sure it's super blended because I don't want just a huge line there. I know it looks like that now, but once everything is done, it all looks good. So then I'm taking my Beauty Blender again, the side that I use for my foundation, and I'm just blending it in even more so that it's not so liney. So now I'm going to be setting my face. I'm using Physicians Formula Mineral Loose Powder in the shade Translucent Medium. And I'm just going to be taking a powder brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just going to be setting my entire face. This stuff has hardcore fallout. Look at that. And it's just like, I hate swallowing that stuff. It's going to kill me. Breathe into my lungs and just, ugh. So I just try to hold my breath the entire time. So yeah, I'm just setting it and doing some nice swirly motions, making sure everything is fully covered because I'm going out, I'm drinking. You need full coverage. I don't want to be sweating my makeup off on the dance floor, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just swirling that in and making sure everything is blended. See how much it helps for the contour? It's not as intense now, I guess, which is nice. So then I'm going to be going with my bronzer because you need to look bronze, especially after summer. You gotta look tan because then everyone's gonna be like, wow, like you're so pale, and it's like the worst thing anyone can say to you. So this is the NYX Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the shade Sunny. So I'm just taking a contour brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna be putting that right where I put my contour, so along my hairline and down the cheekbones. And I really try to pack this stuff on because you can never have too much bronzer, I think. Well, I can never have too much bronzer. But I make sure it's not like super obvious that I'm wearing a full face of bronzer. But it's my favorite. Like, I can't live without it. It's just so good. So yeah, I look so much more bronze than I did. It's great. And you can just blend that in even more if you want by taking a powder brush because it'll have excess powder on it. It just makes it so much more blendable. Then I'm going in with the NYX High Definition Blush in the shade Amber. And I'm just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. You just need a little bit because the stuff's pretty pigmented. So a little goes a long way. There, I now have that flushed look. And then I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Kabuki brush with nothing on it. And I'm just going to be blending it all in and swirling around my face so that the blush and the bronzer are now one color, if you know what I mean. So now I'm going to be taking a CARLI BYBEL palette, which I'll be using for this, pretty much this whole look. And I'm just going to be taking this highlighter shade. I think I'm using the second one. There's only two that I use. Oh. Okay, I'm taking a Quo brush. I think, okay, if that's not how it's pronounced, someone tell me because I honestly don't know. There, and I'm taking that more tan highlighter and just popping that along my temple and my cheekbone for some subtle highlight. Because you can never go wrong with highlight, you know what I'm saying? And then the color just drastically changed for some reason. That's going to be happening in and out of the video, unfortunately. All right, back to the hair. Again, I'm just blow drying the crap out of it. Making sure everything's dry, nothing's wet, because there's nothing worse for your hair than straightening wet hair. Been there, done that. It fries the crap out of your hair. Don't do that. So I'm just drying, then I'm putting it up in a bun, and I just take some pieces down, and I take my straightener, and I just straighten the top part, and then I start twisting it to give it a really nice curl. And then if you don't like the way it curls, just do it again and again until you get it right, but it probably only takes one or two times. So I just brush it out, straighten the top. I don't really straighten the ends because you're going to be curling it in the end. And see, that one didn't turn out so well. So just turn. And when you're working on the left side of your face, for both sides, you want to turn the straightener outward because you don't want curls to go inward on your face. Just looks really weird. So if you're on the left side of your face, curl it outwards to the left, and if you're on the right side of your face, curl it outwards to the right, because you don't want all your curls to be going the same way, if you know what I mean. So you're just going to be taking little pieces of the time and curling each one, just like that. And yeah, just take some more hair. This is what I do every day, guys. It's super time consuming, but the curls are just, oh, they're amazing. I love them. And they stay for, well, at least in my hair they stay. But so yeah, you don't have to brush it either. Like most likely with the blow dryer has taken all the intense kinks out of your hair. So, and look at that pretty curl. Oh, I've never used a curling iron ever. I just use a straightener, and because it benefits me, it just works. It just works so well. Look at those curls. And they're super loose curls too, especially like when they fall. They're just super beachy and loose and perfect, and it's my favorite. So this is my like daily hair routine pretty much. So I'm just continuing to curl. I didn't like that one. Going back, and be careful not to burn your hands because sometimes your hair can be really hot because you're going over and over and over. So now we're just going to speed this part up because it takes me about a good 20 minutes to do my entire head. And here we go. So yeah, just continuing to take small pieces at a time. You can't have it if your hair is all down because you won't be able to see the hair that you need to do. Oh, I don't know. But and then just take all your hair at the front of your head. Just take all your hair to the front, there we go, and then feel around to make sure that every piece is curled and that there's no natural areas, I guess. So isn't that always the worst when you see someone like straight hair and then they have like one like massive kink? You're like, oh girl, why? Look in the mirror, like fix that shit up. So I make sure that does not happen. So we're getting into the blonde part of my hair because obviously I have highlights that you can really see in my roots, which is great. So I'm almost done. I'm just doing the pieces closer to the top of my head and that frame my face. And you just want to make sure all your baby hairs are really straightened down so that they aren't sticking up. Now, hair is done, back to makeup. For makeup, I am using Annabelle's Brow to Go Brow Shaping Kit in the shade Light to Medium. And I'm going to be taking this taupey shade on the left and just filling in my brows using the brush that it came with. And I'll also be taking Marcelle's Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Blondine and lining my brows as well. So I'll be going back and forth between those two products to make sure the brows are on fleek, if you know what I'm saying. And I think that they turned out pretty on fleek. So now we're going to be going to, I forgot I set my under eyes, guys. Why? So we're going to be doing that. And for that, I'm using NYX Colour Correcting Powder in the shade Banana. And I'm just using my faux brush again, tapping off the excess. And I'm just going to be putting that on my eyelid and underneath my eye. Look at the coverage, guys. Like, this stuff is amazing. It provides so much coverage and it's so lightweight, and it's just like bye-bye under eye. That should be the motto for this powder. Just saying. And it's super cheap and affordable. Okay. Huge color change there. I don't know what happened. But now we're going back to the CARLI BYBEL palette, which is definitely one of my favorite palettes. I'm sure you guys know that you can get it from BH Cosmetics for super cheap. So we're going to be taking these two mauve shades. Is it mauve or mauve? Mauve. Definitely mauve. So these two mauve shades, there's one that's more of a nudie and one that's more of a purple. And I'm just going to be taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to be popping that right in the crease. I'm doing a super natural eye tonight, and these purple colors are just so much different than a nude, so I love it. I'm just going to be taking those shades again and again, just darkening it even more and continuing to blend. Then I'm taking this creamy shade on the left, and I'm just popping that all over the lid for, again, discoloration purposes. And I'm going to be taking the champagne pink color just to the right of it and, again, popping that on the crease. Then I'm going to be taking this dark purple shade, and I'm just going to be smoking out my lash line, my bottom lash line, and just popping that under there, but I'm not bringing that to the crease. I'm just keeping it on the bottom lash line. Then I'm going to be going back with my blending brush and continuing to buff out the crease and buff out the lash line even more. Just blend, 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 blend. Never blend too much. There we go. There, I'm done blending, I think. Okay, so now I'm struggling a bit, guys. We're going to mascara. We're skipping the liner because, like I said, I want it to be more natural. So for our mascara, I'm using Maybelline the Colossal Volume Express in the shade Glam Black, as well as L'Oreal's Voluminous Curved Brush Mascara in the shade Black, as well as Maybelline's Great Lash Mascara, the big one, in the shade Black, again. So instead of using false lashes, my biggest tip for lashes is just to get 2 to 3 different kinds that all do different things, because your lashes will look amazing after. Trust me on this, I've been doing it for years. And then I'm just going to be taking the L'Oreal one again and popping that on my bottom lashes. Then now 2 eyes are done, guys. The face is almost done. Taking the CARLI BYBEL palette again and taking the really light highlighter shade and just highlighting my brow bone. And then I'm just going to be popping that in my inner corner as well. Just brighten the eye, you know. It's just going to be doing that. And now we're going to move on to lips. So again, I'm just taking my Bliss Tex lip balm in the shade, it's not a shade, the Smell Mint, I guess, I don't know. And then I'm going to be taking Kylie Cosmetics Candy K lip liner. These lip liners are thebomb.com. Only complaint is you can't sharpen the actual liner. You can only sharpen the outside, which is kind of annoying and weird. So you can never get a sharp line, but whatever, this stuff's the shit, guys. And then I'm going to be taking, obviously, the Kylie Cosmetics Candy K Liquid Matte Lipstick. And I'm just going to be putting that all over the lips, just doing one nice thick layer. You don't need to you don't have to do multiple layers, just because like a liquid lipstick does, it gets sticky, it gets gross. One is all you need for this stuff, I'm telling you. There we go, and that is the final look, guys. I really hope you guys like this look. This is like my go-to for when I'm going out at night, and I just love how my hair looks. I just love the natural makeup, and it's just perfect for even an everyday kind of look, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not too dramatic, and it's just beautiful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys.